friends, Dwayne here, and I want to welcome you to your Monday Mandate. And this is a place where our heart's desire is to see you empowered to live out a life of fruitfulness, spiritual growth, personal development, and relational impact. And we're going to come every Monday to offer you points of strategy that you can take and employ into your life and into your week to help you become more effective and fruitful. And so today I want to start on the topic of collaboration and what it means, again, to collaborate, especially in light of invoking it within the systems that we currently have in our life. And so in starting this discourse, I want to reflect upon a story that I think, again, is very pertinent because it is very present right now. And it is that we are about to experience a Category 4 hurricane, Hurricane Beryl. Many of you have heard maybe on the news of the storm, some of you that are within the region of its encroachment, just like myself, again, you are preparing or have been making preparations towards its impact. And so in this particular time, it's a very uneasy time. It can be a very anxious time for many, but we are trusting God and believing God for his safety and for his protection, and that in the midst of this storm passing, that again, he would cause it to dissipate and its effect will not be as destructive as it is forecasted to be. We are believing for that. However, in the midst of our preparations, because it is right at our doorstep, but the thing is that we would have been hearing on the news about this storm approaching for the last 4 or 5 days. And so with that, we have been preparing, and I have been talking just in conversations with different folk. And one of the individuals that I spoke with, a good friend of mine, he's a part of an organization that especially is very good at preparing their people for circumstances of tragedy or emergency. And he, within this organization, he's an area leader, and he oversees about 50 to 75 different families. And his responsibility within his particular area is to reach out and to make sure these families have what they need. He converses with them, has a detailed list of things that he has to itemize and check through, making sure that they're covered. They tell him if there's anything that is in need of repair, anything that is in need of aid. And they also share how they as well can be resourceful in helping the broader community. And so he's gathering, again, things that are a struggle, and he's also gathering things that are a strength to bring back to the table of leaders so that they can then discuss how they can go about meeting the needs that need to be met and employing the strengths that needed to be employed. And this system has been so wonderful. He was telling me that even the United Nations has studied it and has congratulated them for its effectiveness. And I was just in awe as he was discussing with me about the power of systems. Systems are basically habits of discipline that we put in place so that our lives can become more effective, orderly, structured, and fruitful. But at the same time, it was not just a system that was insular to an individual. It was a system, again, that invoked collaboration, because here he is as a leader having to collaborate with others within their organization to make things happen, collaborate and touch base with people, and not just, as I said, assess their weaknesses, but gather their strengths and then allocate their strengths. And I thought, this is such a beautiful thing. And how beautiful would it be if within our own personal systems, because all of us, we have systems to a certain degree. Some of us, we get up in the morning, we go offer a prayer of thanksgiving, maybe read our devotional, again, make our bed, get out, fix up our bodies. Some go to the gym, some get into their studies, some go through their emails and then go about their meetings. But we have a system in place that we do particular things in a particular order, and it helps us to live out an effective week. But how much more powerful would it be if we would employ collaboration within our systems? And collaboration within our systems can help us come to a place of greater effectiveness, because it's not just one now, but it's greater than one. And I love what the wise king said in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 from verse 9. He says, listen, two are better than one, because two will receive greater for their work. He goes on to say, if one person is to fall, but there are two that are walking together, then one can help another one up. In other words, so if you have a setback and you have somebody that is there collaborating in your space, included in your systems, then you can have aid right there, ready to assist you and ready to help you. He goes on to say, if two are together, they can help each other stay warm when it is cold. And again, warmth coming to our hearts is often words of encouragement, assistance, knowing that somebody is there, knowing that somebody is present. Again, hearing words of encouragement that lifts our spirit and encourages us to continue to do what we're called to do. All of us, we love words of affirmation. And so he begins to talk about these dynamics where two are greater than one. We can begin to employ these practices even within our systems where we say, okay, at this particular time, I'm going to have this call with my mentor, or I'm going to reach out to my friend, or I'm going to have a point or moment of reflection regarding the goals that I desire to accomplish, but I'm going to involve someone else to listen and help me stay accountable to accomplishing these things so that that individual, again, can bring warmth. They can add more sticks to the fire so that your fire and your passion doesn't go out as quick, again, as it would if you encounter resistance. In fact, in that same very scripture, the wise king says, if one man comes up against another, it would be harder for him to prevail against him. But if he has another with him, he will find it easier. And so you can prevail against your enemies, your opponents, the things that offer resistance in your life when you have somebody else by your side, running with you, standing with you, somebody else that knows what's going on and can say, hey, okay, we can utilize this idea. We can look at it from this other perspective, and they can offer their wisdom. They can offer their service to help move forward that very vision and that very burden that you're carrying right now. And the wise king, he sums it up in Ecclesiastes 4:12 by saying, listen, a threefold cord cannot easily be broken. And so I want to encourage you, friends, to invoke collaboration within your systems. Your systems right now may, again, as I mentioned, look very insular. Maybe even going to the gym, it may just be you. But how about bringing along a partner along the way? Bring along someone, maybe someone that needs to accomplish some goals, maybe someone that can help you accomplish your goals. Have and build in your life these mutualistic relationships where you help each other and you strengthen each other. And I'm telling you, you're going to be the better for it. Even in the midst of this current disaster and this circumstance of storm and dealing with this hurricane, I had the opportunity to reach out to a friend of mine who runs an amazing company, and they produce bottled water. And with all of the water being absorbed in the island, there were some families that didn't have any. And I could have reached out to him because I don't make water just like that by myself. He already does this. And in reaching out, he says, yes, I have some stuff here that you can utilize to help these families. See, that's collaboration. I couldn't do it. I might have had a heart and a passion to do it. But beloved, oftentimes we need to make those connections via collaboration in order to see a dream deployed and become, again, a reality. So friends, I'm encouraging you this week, take up the practice of collaboration. See how you can invoke collaboration within your present systems and see how you can bring along someone else, whether to help them and to help strengthen them or have them strengthen you. Friends, I leave you with this message of encouragement, and I do hope that it helps you again as you go out into this week and continue again to pray and to believe with us that all will be well and all will be safe, even in the midst of this passing storm. We thank you for your support, even as we do offer support through this very message. Blessings, friends. Have a wonderful and victorious week.